Welcome back to another video. Hello, my friends. If you're joining me for the first time, my name is Arita. Welcome. And if you are returning, I thank you. This week, yes, I'm showing up again because the guidance has been that I have not truly been expressing myself from a vulnerable place, and that is why I actually struggle or have been challenged each week to show up. And I realize that is the truth because I really don't share myself on camera the way that I do with people around me. So this week I want to talk to you about emotions. Energy in motion. Emotions are a conduit to the creation of our reality. We feel before we think. If we are unaware of how we feel, then we are not conscious of what we are thinking. And if we are not conscious of what we're thinking, we are unconscious about what we are creating. So here it is. Emotions are meant to be processed. You are meant to go through it. You're not meant to hold on to it. Holding on to it is what keeps you stuck because that energy is heavy and that heaviness makes you immovable. At the end of the day, you're the only one that is experiencing this emotion. So, for example, if you are angry, only you're angry. No one else. If you're by yourself and you're mad at someone, who you mad at? This is all there is. Okay. People talk about manifestation all the time, right? They say sit, meditate, light a candle, burn an incense, sage, whatever, right? Then you think about your desires. You write them down. You whatever. And this is how you manifest. And what if I told you you're actually manifesting all the motherfucking time? Your reality is actually a product of your manifestation. It's just that you're manifesting unconsciously. If you are not aware and address your emotions and how you're feeling, your feelings, your emotions, energy emotions are the conduit of the creation of your reality. Because truthfully, we feel before we think. We always feel something. And it's after we're feeling, we go, what is this that I'm feeling? Then the thought comes in about what you're feeling. And you go, okay, whether it's sadness, whether it's anger, whether it's discontent, whatever, your thoughts come in afterwards. And if you're always in your mind, always thinking on that subconscious level, if you're not aware of that, that's how you create. That's why your world around you is the way it is. I have been on this journey for a while now, and I've learned to process through my emotions, not bypass it, but really sink into the ugliness of how I'm feeling, allow it to fill me, and then transmuting that, coming to the base of what it is that I'm truly thinking as I'm feeling. And then asking myself the questions, is this feeling true or real, or is it imaginative? Am I making this up? Is this experience that I'm having happening to me right now? 99% of the time it's not. 99% of that. Nothing is actually happening to you. It's your mind. It's your thoughts about what it is that you're feeling and about the thing that made you feel this way. And all that subconscious, unconscious thoughts about all of those things is creating the foundation of the next experience that you're going to have in this reality. We are meant to process through our emotions. We're not meant to hold on to them. A lot of people get triggered, but being triggered means that there's something that needs healing, and that's a good thing. But people look at being triggered as such a negative thing. It's not. It is a blessed thing. And as I processed through my emotions and was vulnerable and all of the things that I was this week, I always return back to a place of love. That's what we came here to do. And the fact that I was struggling week to week to week, this is week 9, was because I was not fully showing up in my vulnerable self on camera. Yes, I said I struggled and I had challenges, but not to fully express that. I cried. Yes, I yelled, I screamed, I did all the fucking things. Sometimes I shake, sometimes I dance, sometimes I scream, sometimes I just, whatever, man. I do not allow myself to hold on to emotions because they bog me the fuck down. And then my mind gets trapped into that feeling and I'm constantly thinking about that thing. And then my life becomes a reflection of that thing. And that thing, whatever that thing is what makes us feel stuck. So if you don't process through how you're feeling, how are you going to know what you're thinking? And if you don't know what you're thinking, how do you realize what you're creating? This week, I had processed through a lot of emotions. But I always return to love. Return to a place of finding grace. I thank myself, say, it's okay. I hug myself. That's how I love myself, in my crazy, wild, messed up way. But I always give myself grace. So, in trying not to show my vulnerability, what I realized was that it's not the world that I'm hiding from, but it's me denying myself. It's me denying my truth. It's me not showing up for me. And I know I show up here weekly asking you to step into what, God, Source, Universe is guiding you to step into. And maybe one of the reasons why you're not doing it is because you're afraid of showing yourself fully in all vulnerability of your emotions, your stresses, your worries. But guess what? We're all motherfucking humans. This is what we go through. This is what experiencing life is about. It's from moving from there to here. Truly. It's shifting your emotions. And I'm here to say, look at this mess. I don't even know what I'm saying. Look at this mess, but I am showing the fuck up. This is vulnerability and messiness at its best. But guess what? Life is fucking messy. Okay? Sometimes we gotta clean our own shit before we try to help others clean theirs. So here's me, showing you my shit, showing you how I clean it up. By listening to myself, by allowing myself to feel and continue to love myself no matter what. Because there's so much more to life. And if we're bogged down by feelings and emotions, we're not able to receive higher guidance that we're trying to achieve. So, I don't know if any of this makes fucking sense. I really don't, okay? I'm just doing my best to show up and let you know that you're not alone in this mess. I'm right there with you. And I'm doing my best right there with you. We as human beings have been programmed with this idea of perfection and that anything less is not acceptable. And that's not the truth. If I show myself like this, no filter, no script, know whatever it is to appear perfect. Am I not just a reflection of you? Am I not just a reflection of you? The scary side of you that don't want to look like this, that I don't want to show. But in this world, I believe that's the beauty. That's truly the beauty of this world, is to be able to see someone else that's reflecting how you're feeling, and they're still showing up, and you're like, good for them. I don't know if I could ever do that. Yes, you can. if I can do this, I am absolutely sure that you can too. Because the world needs more people like us, more people like you, showing our true selves, our true nature. And I always say, people talk about imperfections. My imperfections are God's perfection. Straight up. I don't look like you. You don't look like me. Some people are bigger, smaller, taller, shorter, all of the things. And we talk about average size, average height, average weight. No, there's no such thing. God made you unique. God made I unique. We are not supposed to be like each other in how we look, in how we think, and necessarily how we feel. But we are all here to express each one of our individuality in a way that allows someone else to not be afraid of expressing theirs. So this week, as I show up in all my messy, vulnerable ways, I trust that you know and can see, look at this mess. I shouldn't do that. So, as I show up, goodness gracious, as I've shown up this week expressing myself in the messiest of ways, I really don't care. Really don't care. I'm good with myself. That's the one thing about me, is like, I'm so good with who I am. And that's what I'm here showing you. If you're good with who you are, then it doesn't matter how messy it appears, how vulnerable you are. You are meant to be all those things and move through it and show that it's okay to be all of that. It's okay to be all of who you are. God, Source, is not judging you. They're guiding you. Guiding you to be the best you can be. Guiding you to the best experience you can possibly have. Guiding you to love yourself in all your vulnerable mess. To show up and show out and say, hey, it's okay to be me. It's okay for you to be you. So what if somebody else doesn't like it? That's their feelings and emotions that they have to process through. Not you, because you've already done it. So if you're still challenged in showing up for yourself, I'm here to say you're the only one that's creating that blockage, that challenge. If you think about it, who else is telling you that you can't? Okay. If you've answered that question, then you know what to do. Have the conversation with yourself. Talk to yourself about what you're feeling and what you're thinking about what you're feeling. And if it's actually real, because truthfully, we create these things, these thoughts based on these feelings, and we believe it to be true, and then we act it out. No one else was acting out my blockage. Nobody else was telling me that I was blocked. Nobody else would tell me that I'm challenged. No one else is saying anything to me. I'm saying all these words consciously or unconsciously, feeling what these words mean, that the fear, the stress of it, feeling them. And then I don't do anything. I don't show up. I don't record. I don't create the thing that I'm meant to create. Who stopped you? It's time that we owned up to ourselves, self-responsibility, self-guidance, self-leadership. Not rely on the external, but the internal self. The trust that we're trying to build within ourselves, the faith that we continue to lead with. It's all on you, motherfucker. Sorry, let me repeat that. It's all on you. That's it. So I don't even know if I made any sense this week, but if any of it resonated with you, let me know. I thank you for listening, liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. I trust I'll see you in the next video, and you'll continue to see my face as I continue to show up. Because Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world. Sending you light and love as always.